Hey, I'm here with the Yildiz 20 gauge over and under shotgun. This one's the model SPZ SME, and pretty nice little 20 gauge over and under. The very first, before I even shot the gun, I modified it by adding some weight in the stock, and so I don't really know how it feels without in the raw unmodified version, because I added about a pound already in here, because I knew I was wanting to add as much weight into the gun as possible, because it's a really lightweight gun. And so the gun now weighs 3.15 kilograms, which is about 6.95 pounds unloaded. And so I know that must have helped recoil. I guess I could pull the weight out and test it sometime. I just don't really care to, because I want to add even more weight. And I've got a plan to add some more weight in the back here, and I'll share that with you when I get that done. But right away, the very first shots I noticed, the thing I noticed the most about the gun was this little detail right here called the schnabel, and that's German for bird beak. And I guess they call it the schnabel because of the way it looks. It's shaped like a bird beak, and more importantly, it feels like a bird beak. Under recoil, that thing pecks pretty hard, and you have to consider where your hand is. The way I was holding it, it was like right across my finger, and so I had to modify my grip and think about that every time I shot the gun. And so I was always kind of constantly thinking about the schnabel when I was shooting it, because it's sharp and it pecks pretty good when it wants to, or when you allow it to. So that's the first thing I noticed about the schnabel. It's the only gun I have with this detail, and I guess after shooting around at clays with it, I would prefer not to have the schnabel and have a beaver tail and actually make it bigger. But it's okay. I could probably remove that, and I might do that. It wouldn't be that hard to do, but I'll work with it for a while and see how that goes. But when the gun was shipped, it had improved cylinder choke in the top and a cylinder choke in the bottom, and I knew that was going to be a little spread open for the clays course I was on, but I went ahead and just shot it that way just to see, and it worked great on the rabbits. I didn't miss a single rabbit, and that was a lot of fun. It was covering a lot of area and making up for my lack of skill, because it was definitely, I didn't miss a single rabbit. But the long distance shots were kind of hard to touch, or decimate the clay, or powder it. I never did do that, but you could break it, but powdering it at a distance is I didn't see that happen. So after I shot the round, I moved the improved cylinder down to the lower barrel, and I added a modified choke in the top, and I'll try that again, and then I might even go one more tighter step. I probably will do that too, just to see. I just didn't feel like doing it again in the middle of the round, so next time I probably will. I also took a few shots at the patterning board to see the difference in the two chokes that were installed in the gun, and I'll share that video or those pictures at the end so you can see. They're very wide patterns on the board. The thing I noticed about the gun here, the thing I'm kind of skeptical about the gun, or the only thing really, is this selector switch for the barrels and the safety. It's one switch does all, and it feels questionable to me. Like, I'm kind of worried if I press it wrong, I might break it. But I also noticed that when you want to select which barrel shoots first, you have to go to the safe mode, and then you can switch back and forth. It's almost like a shift gate on a car. You have to go back to safe, then you can switch it, and then slide forward for fire. But I never used the safety that much, or never really in clays or skeet or anything, because you're always standing at a station, you load and fire. You're never walking around with a loaded gun, so I don't really use the safety. So I'm not that worried about it if it breaks or something like that. But I might want to select the barrel, so I just have to be cognizant to go to safe and then switch. and then go up. It's you can't just switch on the fly without going to safe. I'm not sure if all the guns are like that. This is the only one I've ever owned that has a barrel selector, so it's kind of new to me. It has really strong ejectors. You know, the ejectors are what launches the spent shell out when you open the gun up. And it does a good job of that. It's very strong and took me by surprise. And it's still, you know, all through the round, it kind of did every now and then. I would kind of forget about it because this is also the only over and undershot gun I have that has ejectors. All my other guns just have extractors, and you reach in and, you know, pull the shell out. Because most of the time, you know, you're putting them back. If you're reloading, you're saving those shells to reuse again. And so it kind of it's a little getting used to having really strong ejectors, where you have to kind of think about where the shell's going to go when you open the gun, not in your face. But I see a lot of guys have these, and it's kind of like another level of the sport. So they'll shoot the targets, and then they'll locate the trash can, and they'll pop the gun open and launch the spent shells right into the trash can, you know, for an extra added level of showmanship, I guess is what you call it. So I haven't gotten to that yet. I'll work on that next time. Right, that I was mostly just worried about avoiding the schnabel this time, because it was definitely something I kept thinking about, because it would remind me if I slipped into my old habit of where I would hold the gun. And but I like the gun. It has a really good fit and finish, functions flawlessly, and looking forward to having it for a long time and enjoying it. Of course, I'm going to do some modifications. Probably going to get rid of the schnabel, and I'm going to add a little more weight, maybe hopefully another pound back here in the back. And right now the center of gravity is right under the shell, you know, and I'd like to move that back to here, maybe back just in front of the trigger if I can. And I have a plan to do that, and I'll share that with you when I get that done. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the videos, and good luck with your projects.